a show about sports stuff, all about sports stuff, yeah. Josh knows all about sports stuff, all about sports stuff, yeah. Come on in and join the show. Hello. All right, I haven't been on for a really long time. I know. It's like Brad Foote has been waiting the whole time. There he is. Boom. I haven't been around a long time. It was the holiday, as you know, and it was rough. I got to tell you, the holiday was rough for me. It's hard to explain, but I'm getting older, and it's just hard. I got very depressed, and I'm smiling about it, but I'm the sad clown. I'm crying on the inside, and it was tough. And I realize I'm getting older. I'm still by myself, even though I got my mom who lives here driving me crazy, but she's actually really, really great. See, that was her. She was calling from the kitchen. Anyway, so it's been tough, and I'll talk about it more at other time. But depression is a tough thing, and it's an issue for me at times. Here comes my mom's going to come in. Watch this. Mom, doing the show. I'm doing the show. You want to come in?
I have a question to ask you.
Is it anything that they can't hear about on sports stuff?
Yeah.
They shouldn't hear, or that doesn't matter?
I want to know if I should use mileage for 300.
My mother wants to know if she should use mileage for where? To go to Cuba?
No, for a $380 ticket for 42,000 miles.
Yeah, go ahead, use it.
I should?
Yeah, it's 1-to-1. It's no big deal. My mom wants to know if she should use her mileage for a ticket. Where are you going?
I'm going to Florida.
Florida. She's going to Florida, of course. That's where all the old people go.
No, I'm not staying there. I'm going to Cuba.
She's going to go to Cuba. My mother's going to Cuba. She's 84 years old. She's going to Cuba. It's a cruise, right, Mom? You're going on a cruise to Cuba?
Cruise.
I went to Cuba, actually, a couple times, and I got caught. Of all people, I got caught, and they confiscated all my stuff, and I'm sure they burned it. I had like the most amazing baseball memorabilia you ever saw, and they burned it. So that wasn't great.
That wasn't smart.
That wasn't smart. Well, you're right. It was my fault.
Did you use mileage?
Mom, I'm doing the show. What are you doing?
I'm more important.
Yes, you are more important, but just can you hold on a second?
I will.
All right. So anyway, so I'm happy to be back. I'm feeling better. And what do I got for you today? I got a few things that are interesting. Oh, big news. My big auction is open right now. So if you go to Lelands.com, not on Facebook, but Lelands.com, on the internet, the World Wide Web, as David Letterman would call it, go see, and you'll see our current auction. It's the big one, only 3 times a year. Some amazing stuff. Joe DiMaggio's jersey. Making big news is the Batista flip bat ball when he flipped the bat when he hit the home run in the 2000 ALDS with Toronto. This is the ball from that home run. It's making big news, especially in Canada. Hello to our friends in Canada. I'm going to Canada, by the way, on Friday. So if anyone in the Toronto area wants to see me, I want to see you. And I'm going to Buffalo as well. And I'm going to go see my buddy Carl, and we're going to go looking for stuff. So anyway, where was I? So yeah, the auction's up. Go to Lelands.com. Take a look. It's amazing. The great stuff.
It always is. It
always is, according to my mother. And what do I always think? How do I always think the auction's going to do? No, she's saying I think it's great. No, I always think it's going to be a huge bomb. And it's never a bomb. It's always amazing. She's laughing, if you can hear that.
I have the same mentality.
She has the same mentality. Negative. We're very negative. I'm much more positive than anyone else in my family. I'm very, very positive.
No, I changed.
Oh, she's positive now. Not true. Anyway, so I got some things I want to show you. I can't. Oh, now there's some. This is great. This is coming up in our next auction. I love this. I'm very into photographs. I don't want to take it out of the plastic. This is great. This is a Ty Cobb photo. It's from the original negative, and it's vintage, meaning this is from the original negative, and it's my mother's getting up and distracting me, of course.
It's very boring.
It's boring. She thinks my show is boring. Lovely.
If you showed Mickey Mouse, I'd be excited.
All right. Well, we'll try to find Mickey Mouse to put him on the show. All right. So bye. So anyway, this is a beautiful photo of Ty Cobb. It's a Type 1, which means that it was printed within 2 years of the. Hello, Scott. How are you? It was printed within 2 years of when the photo was taken. And what's great about this, she's talking to the dogs now, so I lose all my concentration. And it's also from the original negative, which I said 6 times. And what's nice about it is, if you look on the back, if you see that handwriting, see it says Ty Cobb, Detroit. That is the handwriting of Charles Conlon, one of the true legends of baseball photography. He's like the guy. He's considered to be number 1, although my favorite is a guy named Charles Van Oyen from Cleveland. I like Cleveland better anyway than Chicago. Sorry, guys from Chicago. And it's actually stamped as well with his name right here. You see it in red. It's hard to make out. It's really hard to make out if I show it like that. Yeah, doesn't show up too well, but that's it. Charles Conlon. Isn't that cool? It's a great photo. That's probably a $5,000 photo, maybe 10, maybe 20. It's a very volatile market, volatile up. Quality photographs, incredibly rare, and this is a beauty. Perfect condition. I mean, that's a 10. That's a great, great, great photo. Derek Grady is here. The GOAT. How are you, Derek? Anyway, so that is upcoming. That's for the next auction. And in honor of Derek, we're going to show you some cards I just found. These are pretty cool. Now, this is not a big deal, this card, right? You know, it's a 64 top super. I always make the mistake. I call them giants because they're big. And then there's a Koufax. And these are off center. It's not that great. But otherwise, it's real nice. The stuff's all near mint or better, which is not a big deal. And it's not. I used to buy these for $1. These cards were very common. And they still are somewhat common. Like, you know, this Mantle card in, you know, pretty good condition. Good conditions were not good, but let's say close, near mint. It's about $100. However, I got a stack of them. And I think there's like a lot of Mantles. Yeah, I just got these. And mazes. It's amazing. And you see that kind of quantity. Yeah, there must be a couple hundred here. Times $100 is 20,000. So, yeah, that's right. 20 grand for that little stack of cardboard. It's pretty incredible when you think about it. And that was like in the old days, the trick was you go up to a guy and you have a stack of cards on his table or anything. And you'd say, how much is the stack? How much are they? And he'd say, they're $1 a piece. And you'd say, okay, how much you want for all of them? And he'd go, I don't know, what are there, like 20 there? And you go, well, yeah, I don't know, you know, whatever. And you go, okay, you can have them for $10, right? And then you get home and there's 100. Because when you see a stack, you don't know that kind of thing. Now the smart guys, they all say, count them. So, yeah, you can't really get away with that anymore. But is that unethical? Well, you could say it's business. I wouldn't do it to my best friend, but it is business. So anyway, so that's pretty cool. and there's about 100,000 cards along with that. It's kind of a nice deal. All fresh, and that's the key. Fresh. It's not been through dealers' hands, been stepped on and played with. Oh, Derek likes our auction. Thank you, Derek. I like it too. Greatly appreciate it. Derek the GOAT. And this is wonderful. Now, this is not in the auction because I don't have the auction stuff here because I would have to have a 24-hour security team. My dog Rudy and Norbert, dogs, are not enough to take care of things. So I have some stuff around, but not the stuff from the auction. But this is similar. I can't really show this right. This is a kimono, baseball kimono. It's from the 30s. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Anyway, so you know what? There's no way I'm going to be able to show this to you because I'd have to get up and like put it on. But it's basically, oh, it's terrible. This is a terrible display. Baseball kimono. It's a nice piece. Take my word for it. It's got that nice baseball design. Oh God, this is awful. Take my word for it. So anyway, what else do we have? I just bought this. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Yeah, it's a full unopened box of Gomer Pyle. This is what I collect. And it's beauty. It's almost perfect. It's got this little bend right here. You can't see it. Let's take a look at it. It's like Christmas every day here. It's a good issue. It's TV, which is the key. 60s TV is huge. I wish it was Gilligan's Island, but look how nice that is. I mean, look. It's perfect, almost. Got that little bend at the top. I know, I'm a condition guy when it comes to this stuff. Look. Backs. I'm so bad at this. Look at that. That's probably the first time it's ever been opened. Beautiful. On the top here, you see the lid is a die cut. It's pretty much partly unscored, meaning the little die cut has not been punched. On the top it is, but not on the sides. And there's Gomer. There he is. Gay man, Jim Neighbors. He actually, it was some story about, I think, Frank Ryan? Was that his name? Frank something. There was a controversy. I don't know the story, so I really can't tell it. He got fired or something, and I think Jim Neighbors came to his defense or didn't. I don't remember. So Google that. Anyway, so that's that. These are really interesting. I spent a lot of time researching these. This is a group of letters from the 1860s from a Yale baseball player who was going off to war. He's talking about going to war. Civil War. It's amazing. There's a whole group of letters that were written to him by his teammates on the team. And I spent like a day researching these because I wanted to find out who it was. And I looked in all the directory. I mean, it took a long time, but it was a labor of love. And these are really, really important letters because they talk about, you know, his contribution to the team. And then you research about what he did in his life. And he became, you know, like a good guy and he did great things. And of course, you know, very rich guy. And it's just really, really exciting to when you break through and you find him. And I only had the first name to work on. And it was, but I figured it out they referred to him as the captain. He was captain of the Yale baseball team of like 1860, 1861. And he left before the end of the season to go to the war. And he was one of they were the first regiment, let's say, I'm not sure if that's the right word, to deploy. And they were the ones that were sent to Washington to guard, I believe it was the Capitol. probably because of what happened in 1812 when the British went into Washington and burned the White House down, or burned the cap. No, they burned the White House. They burned the Capitol. Oh, terrible. Whichever. But he was very respected, and there was actually a 50th. It was a report of the 50th anniversary, or the 50th, of his graduating class, and he couldn't go to commencement because he had to go to the war. And they were all, everybody, can you imagine that people were flipping out? You know, his classmates, his teammates were flipping out that he's going to the war, and they wrote him these amazing letters. They put together this group of letters, and I got those recently. So yeah, a lot of cool things going on. Let's see if we have any other comments. I want to no, that's it. Anyway, so what else is going on? No, it's all good. So take a look at the auction. And oh, by the way, I wanted to note this. Yeah, you know, this Kofex card that sold for $1. You know, you could get them for $1. They're not $1 anymore, obviously. A gem in 10 of this card. This is not a 10. It's pretty badly off center. Sold for $32,000 in 2007. Now, I think some of the steam is out of that now. I don't think that card would bring that today because some of those 10s have kind of slowed down, but some have not. So, so find that $100 card becomes $32,000 or less. And on that note, it's great to be here. Great to be back. Thank you all for watching. And remember, this was a show about sports stuff, all about sports stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hope you like the show about sports stuff, all about sports stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hope you really like the show. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend, what's left of it. And I'll see you on the flip side. Good night, all.